time. Yo, this is OG Dr. Boogie and OG Boogeyman. Some of the street legends here in Michigan, or Detroit as you want to say. Premier dancers in the hood. They're going to tell you a little bit about how the JIT started here in Detroit. The only place that does the JIT, the hip roll, the freak dancing. We got our OGs right here. Fellas, what's up?
What's happening, man? You all right?
I'm all right, baby, all right.
Authentic JIT is a Detroit gang dance. They hit the dancers. Jitterbugs, Tracy McGee was the first dance group to do it, but the Earl Flynn's, BKs, when Detroit had gangs back in the day, they the ones that came up with the JIT, and then the dancers took it, and we kind of legitimized it.
Now that was like around 1974 before Coleman Young stamped it out, right?
Yeah, right when Coleman Young came in. Yeah,
okay.
Simultaneous with Coleman Young in Detroit, yeah, the JIT been around since the early 70s, 72.
So the style that you was doing was the Premier, was the first style of what the gangbangers used to do.
Yeah.
And they was just calling it what?
Back then they was calling it jitterbugging or JIT.
Or Earl Flynn, right?
Yeah,
right. Flynn. Okay.
All right.
To your recollection, how long would you say it has been before it changed and phased into what it is today?
I would say really JIT name never really disappeared. It's sort of like a hidden art form, you know, that a lot of people have adapted, and still there's a massacre that haven't adapted JIT. Because it wasn't really, how you say, put out there like it was when they started coming out with breakdancing and
never went Hollywood.
Like that.
Never went Hollywood.
Yeah, it never really got exploited like
Indiana,
that.
straight called Midwest, specialty dance, but Hollywood never exploited it, so you never seen it on TV.
Right, so basically it was just something that everybody did in Detroit.
Right,
like backyard
from Detroit, they spread it out, Ohio, Chicago, Indiana, but it was born bred in Detroit.
Right there in Detroit.
East side.
So would you say that it's a dance that it takes a little bit to develop and learn?
Definitely.
Would you say it's a crossbreed of any other kind of stuff, or would you just say it's just...
No, JIT is his own monster.
Yeah, JIT is basically
locking and popping and all that other dance they take from other dances.
It's his own style, you know, it got its own flavor, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, it's Kool-Aid, you know, without the sugar.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? For a while, you know. Okay. Yeah, we legendary for Motor City Express.
Now, I got one question. Now, while y'all was in Cali, did y'all see anybody out there JIT?
I ain't seen not man. Oh yeah, I seen one person that JITted out there.
Who was that?
That was me.
I knew you were going to say that. You really want to know JIT? If you go back to your grandmother, Lindsay Hop.
Yeah.
Lindsay Hop.
Yeah,
that's old JIT. That's probably who the JIT is looked at a little bit. That's the closest thing you can compare it to, is Lindsay Hop. That's the old 50, 60 dance that we all know about.
Can y'all show me like a shuffle or something, like a basic shuffle?
You know, step like that or so. Or you want to, you know, jump out with it.
Oh, whoa, Flynn! Oh,
you know, do some shit like, you know.
Okay.
Doc Boogie, y'all. Doc Boogie!
So locking was here before the hip-hop culture.
Yes, it truly was.
Dancers we brought in the hip with no rappers, no graffiti artists. Dancers was here first. If you go way back to Shabba-Doo doing all that, there was no hip-hop culture. We're talking 1970.
Okay, but wait a minute. Was Shabba-Doo the first, or was...
Don Camelot, Shabba-Doo came out of Chicago. Don Camelot, which is called locking, him and his brother came up with the whole dance.
Okay.
Yeah, they started recruiting Tony Basil, as you know.
Okay.
Silky Slim the Robot.
Okay.
But that was the first premier street dance group. It was street dance. Then hip-hop came in, and rapping and graffiti artists and breaking and popping and locking. It was maybe 10 years before popping came on the scene. Locking was here like 10 years strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in Detroit, what would you say was first? Was it like, so okay, when you were locking, were they jitting in?
Oh yeah. I mean, you could say jitting was simultaneously with locking.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, but as far as street dance, Jit is not a street dance. That's a specialty dance.
That's a gang dance.
That's a gang.
Yeah.
That's a gang dance.
Yeah, really.
That's the basement dance. You know.
Come on in here, OG John.
The more streety you was, the more that Jit was down.
This is
And that really
OG.
wasn't a dance you went out and made money. Locking and popping, we went out street corner. We went out and made money at that as performers. Jit was like all the members got together in their basement parties, and whoever was the downers, whoever was the down, the Detroiters, that Jit got dirtier and dirtier.
We got big OG John here now. OG
AKA
John.
Techno.
Tell these folks your recollection about Jit.
Man, I was about 5 years old, man, when I first saw the first jitter. You know, and my cousins knew me used to jit, and they was like in the gangs, like the BK and the Earl Flynns.
So what year would you say that was?
That, man, I had to be like 74, 75.
And you say the gangs, what was the gangs again?
Earl Flynns, BKs, the Barry Bishops, they was all, yeah.
British Knights, Latin Orders, Latin Kings.
They were all doing that. They had their own style, you know.
Oh, okay, so like funk jit then, okay.
Yeah.
So the Funketeer jit is another spin-off of the original.
Yeah. Funketeer incorporated popping and jit.
And then if you want to get technical, again, in Detroit only, Funketeering, which they're talking about, that's a whole nother monster. That's a whole nother monster.
Show a little Funketeering.
Pass it to my boy here. That's Funketeering. Don't get it mixed up with Jit. You can see they cousins, so you can mix and match.
There you go.
You can mix and match.
There you go.
Yeah, you go.
Funketeering is straight up Detroit too.
So you were saying, so this right here could have been like maybe second or third generation of the jit, right?
Exactly. That came early 80s, you know, with Jerry Curl, you know,
Yeah, got
girls
Jerry
like,
Curl.
throw your hair, you know, your hair be going.
Okay, because I can see that. I can see where they stopped doing the flan and then they started shaking their heads or
Oh
something.
yeah, man, and the Funketeers, man.
And there was a group of fellas called the Funketeers, 4 or 5 brothers, them long Jerry, wet Jerry curls, and everything was precise. And you know, they made a noise here in Detroit.
Now,
That dance style is still.
There's footage online of them too.
put it on
They were
line.
straight.
Put it on line. Now, I understand that, say when the first great movie came out, I understand that the Funketeers, and y'all probably in Cali at the time, that the Funketeers tried out for the breaking movie, but they turned them down because they said they were from Detroit. So I heard that the guy asked for one more chance and that they did a full routine, funk jit blindfold. Heard they brought the house down and they still got rejected, but there was nobody else out there that could compare with that style. Is that true?
That's
That's politics in the game.
That's what Cali does to Detroit.
We get
That is the history
stereotypes
of Detroit. But all that soon gonna change.